Hi, you guys, and welcome to Nosy Bystanders Live. I am your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. That's one word. And today we're talking about a bunch of random topics. The news is kind of dead. So we're going to talk about some stuff that I wanted to talk about last week, but I couldn't get to because I was in Chicago. So let's talk about all the stuff that I didn't get to. Okay. So we're going to be talking about the Shade Room and that weird post that they did about Doja Cat. I know that's kind of old, but I want to talk about it because, I love to drag them. Then we're going to talk about the comic who writes Dilbert. Apparently he went on a racist tirade and they dropped his comic from literally every publication. You guys didn't know, Dilbert is a very old 90s, late 80s comic that has been in literally every single newspaper in the United States. So we're talking about well over 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,000 publications. So that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And then I wanted to talk about Wendy Williams. There's a video of her out that's floating around, and I want to talk about it because she's talking about a lot of stuff, which is amazing. So we're going to get to all of it. But before we do, let's see who's all in the building. Let's see who's all here. Okay. Because woo child, the ghetto. What's up, Joanna? How you doing today? Hello, Stephanie. Hello, outspoken introvert. Hello, Yolanda. Hello, Brenna. Hello, Gigi. How you doing today? Hello, Nikki. Hello, Leah. Hello, Kamiko. Hello, YNB. Hello, Amber. Hello, Kills. Hello, Cammy says, hey, y'all. Hey, Cammy. Hello, Mimi. Hello, Missy. Hello, Shan. Shan says, hello, everybody. Hello, Statement 92. Hello, B. Ashlyn. I guess everybody got notifications today. Okay. Hello, Tamika. Hello, Monica. Hello, Triple Leo. Hello, Half Crazy. Hello, Brown Mama says, hey, fam. I hope this story is better than what Mr. Whitehead was talking about. What Mr. Whitehead talking about? Bishop Whitehead? What Bishop Whitehead talking about? Share the tea. Don't be stingy, okay? Hello, Courtney. How you doing today? Hello, Mrs. James. Says, hey, Nosy fam, I'm early. Yeah, you're a bit early. Hello, Vappy. I was doing something else. I mean, I could have finished early. I just was. Yeah. Okay, my bad. That's me saying, yo, what's up, Kwana? How you doing today? Hello, Natasha. Hello, Cree. Hello, Tidy. Hello, Ray Bishop. How you doing today? Williams. Wendy Williams. Yeah. No Justice, No Peace. What's up? How you doing today? Hello, Robs. How you doing? Hello, Greatness. Always. All the way from Facebook. What's up? Is it Chai? Michiono? Is it Chai Michiono? I hope I'm saying your name right. I like Dober to me too. I used to watch the cartoon. Remember the cartoon? He actually has a cartoon. Hello, Diana. How you doing today? And hello, Rose Allen. Everybody over here from Facebook. What's up? AK says, look at Steph with her hair down. I know. I'm trying to I did an Olaplex treatment yesterday, so I'm just trying to let it breathe. It took me about 3 hours, but I did a full Olaplex because y'all, my hair's processed. My hair's relaxed. So I have to do Olaplex, or I have a lot of breakage, so I have to do Olaplex. I don't really get much of a choice because my hair is relaxed. But shh, don't let the natural hair community know because they're gonna come for me. I'm already sick of the natural hair community. I'm gonna be real with you. When the wave of people getting relaxers came back, I finally was able to share my story. Okay, I was ready for my story time, but I've been relaxing my hair, honeys, my whole life. Okay, so. And people just never understood, how do you still maintain your curls? Your relaxer is just to relax the curls. A relaxer is not to straighten your hair. I think a lot of Black people, I think that goes over a lot of their heads. You know what I mean? Because our coils be so tight. But a relaxer is not to straighten your hair. A relaxer is to relax your coils. Okay, that's what it's for. So I think a lot of people, I think that concept went over their head. So my hair's been relaxed for years, Now I do have some straight pieces, right? Like this piece here is just straight. It'll never curl again. But for the most part, I got coils. And so, yeah, a lot of people are just like, how is that possible? Because here's the trick before we get into our news stories. When you relax your hair, it's only supposed to sit on for 10 minutes. 10 minutes every 2 months. So every 2 months, right? So you would do it 6 times a year for 10 minutes. So if you're all natural, you would relax the whole head for 10 minutes. And then every 2 months, you just do the new growth, right? So I had this much new growth. I can't tell. I get a lot of new growth. So I have about that much new growth. Just 10 minutes. I can put heat to my hair. I can straighten my hair. I can straighten it, flexi rod it, wet it, goes right back to this. It just makes it easy to maintain because and that has nothing to do with white supremacy or people are like, oh, that's you want European hair. No, it's not. I don't want to do it. So it ain't got nothing to do with white people or none of that stuff. It's simply because when it's like this, all I gotta do is wet it. When the coils are tight, I'm not doing all of that extra stuff. Y'all can. I'm not. I'm be 100 with you. I'm not doing that. Oh, once a week, deep condition and get a steamer and add aloe vera to it and then get gunks of chemicals on it and then leave it under a hot dryer for 4 hours just to get some raggedy looking fucking 2-strand. just to get just all that work just to get a raggedy twist out. You know the twist out I'm talking about, when you twist your hair out and it just, you're like, this is not what I was looking for. I was looking for, that pretty twist out. You know how those girls get those pretty twist outs? Because their hair's relaxed. Or they have just a good enough length. But if you have my length and I do a twist out, it comes out beautiful because my hair's relaxed. So I'm just saying, do you have male bystanders? You mean like a boyfriend? I think that answered that. This is from Leah, and then we're going to get into our stories. It says, unpopular opinion, Black women should be allowed to do and wear their hair however we want. If some girls do not care for their and would rather wear wigs, let it be. Yeah. I'm all for wigs. I'm all for quick weaves. I'm all for sew-ins. I'm all for tape-ins. I'm all for just, girls who want to spend 30 hours a week doing hair care treatments. And I'm also for the girls who relax their hair. Ain't no shame. I can't shame nobody. I just do what makes it easy for me because I don't comb my hair. I comb my hair once a week. Okay? I literally comb my hair once a week. That's it. Because I'm tender-headed and I don't want nothing in my hair. So that also helps your hair growth. Just leave your hair alone. Those girls, they be fighting their hair all week. So I'm not me. Okay. But I want to get to the Shade Room. So you guys know the story came out last week. The Shade Room posted. Let me see if I can find it. I might be able to find it on Twitter. Give me a second. Oh, I think I did because I was clowning them on Twitter. Here it is. So the Shade Room had posted this image of Doja Cat, which I think she looks great. She's so cute. She's a little dated because this is like a Valentine's Day picture. So I feel like it's a little bit late, but they posted this picture anyway. And after they posted this picture, apparently they deleted it, right? That's the word on the curb. They deleted it and then proceeded to post this and said, I will never be ashamed of my faith. Now, if I take a wild guess, I would say that somebody, because remember, Shade Room only has 15 employees, maybe at max 20. So maybe one of the people, because they all manage the Instagram page. So maybe somebody posted it. Obviously not the owner, because she doesn't put her hands in it. She just monitors it. So maybe one of their interns posted it and then they deleted it because they just don't want nothing like that on their page, which is totally understandable. But I will never be ashamed of my faith. We don't care. We don't care about your faith. You guys are disgusting and you bastardize Christianity every single day that you went and did not run that TD Jakes story about his daughter thoroughly stealing, allegedly, children from mothers, heartbroken mothers. Don't try to call yourself a Christian now. And then you allow an entire church to hide behind a blog spam, essentially a spam page. We don't care. We do not care. We do not care. We don't care about you or whatever it is you call Christianity. You're not real Christians. You're a bunch of heathens hiding behind a spam page on Instagram and protecting violent, insidious people constantly. Your comment section is the most homophobic place in the world, and no gay person should ever make their way over there without being highly offended and feeling like they're being attacked. The moment y'all wake up and realize the shade room is not for you, y'all gonna realize, okay? I'm gonna say it till I'm blue in the face. The shade room is run by the Potter's house. It's that simple. I'm not arguing about it no more. They're not Christians. They're a bunch of heathens hiding behind a spam account. That's it. There's nothing else. Because what Christian would post the stuff that they post? Right? It's a mess. They're a mess. This is from YNV. What's up, YNV? Says, did you see the Shade Room apologize to 50 Cent after he sued them about having a penal enlarger, and they had to retract and delete the post about the statement? As he should sue them. As they should. What's up, 15? The boss, how you doing today? What's up, Watson? All the way from Facebook. How you doing today? That's from Lexi Glow. Says, why I keep being late? That's okay. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so that whole, we're not ashamed of our faith. Listen, I'm trying to be nice. But whatever it is y'all believe, I hope when the world ends and y'all descend into whatever you descend into, I hope the person who owns the Shade Room gets reincarnated into a rock or a fleck of sand. That's what I hope. That's what I hope. I hope reincarnation is real, and I hope she gets to come back as a rock that kids pick up and throw at windows. That's what I hope. I hope she comes back as a rock. Because whatever it is y'all believing over there, Jesus is turning over in his tomb. Okay? Jesus is turning over in his tomb. Okay? They're just a mess. They're a mess. They're a mess. Okay? So, Doja Cat don't care about y'all either. I promise you. She living her own life. She's not thinking about y'all. I promise you, Doja Cat's probably a better Christian than the Shade Room. If you want to be honest. If we're being intellectually honest. Doja Cat's probably a better Christian than them. All right? Pound for pound. Okay. Okay. So the Shade Room posted that. We don't care about the Shade Room. I think they got us blocked on Instagram. I could care less. Care about the Shade Room. I hope they got us blocked at least. They're a menace to society, them and the Jakes. Okay, they're a menace to society, and I don't know why people keep still going over to their page, because if you're a homophobe, it's probably the best place for it. You probably feel at home there. If you're a fake Christian, you probably feel at home at the Shade Room. Their name is the Shade Room. Okay, so just weirdos. Just weirdos. Just a bunch of weirdos. The Potter's house, also a bunch of weirdos too. Let me say this, because I want to say this. Let me say this message. This message is for TD Jakes. First of all, I want my $1,000 tithe back from about 10 years ago. Okay. Tithe to your church. I want my tithe back. Okay. And two, like, when are y'all going to address the fact that you allowed your daughter to coerce people out of stealing children, allegedly? But send the tithe first, okay? Send the tithe first. Especially but y'all don't be ignorant. But send me my tithe back, okay? Send me my shit back, okay? Because I'm about done. And Jamal Bryant, I sent you about $960 in 2016. I want you to run that back to me too, okay? Because y'all greasy. Run me my tithes back. They could They could go to buying me a year's worth of perms, okay? Right? Courtney says, I gave him $200 for ties back in 2020, and I want my money back too. Yeah. Run me my ties. Yes, we're waiting on our tithe reimbursement, right? Give it back tenfold and don't charge it to the game. Okay, but let's get to Wendy Williams because I want you guys to watch this video. It's a great video, Wendy Williams, and we're going to dissect it and discuss all the things that she is saying. She's saying a whole lot of stuff in this video, and there's nothing crazy about it, so don't worry. It's nothing crazy. It's just Wendy Williams being, well, Wendy Williams, okay? So let me log into my account. I got to get off my burner account. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, turn your volume up. I'm only going to play it once. It's a long video. Got you? Good.
I'm shopping for kitty litter because I have a wax museum in Paris and one in California. And so I'm going to spend a week in Paris and then 3 weeks in California and then immediately fly back. Oh. And then I want to be on TV, you know, stuff like Seth Meyers, you know, Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, The View, stuff like that.
That's good, yeah.
I'm formally retired.
She looks great.
Anyway, they're older, so they use science diet and all that stuff.
So that was Wendy Williams. She is currently shopping at Petland because apparently she's a cat mom. Didn't know that. Didn't know she had cats. But she was stocking up for her cats, and you saw that cat litter. She was stocking up for her cats because apparently she's going to make a trip to the wax museum in Paris and then fly back home. And then she has some shows lined up like The View and Seth Meyers show, because again, you guys know Wendy Williams has her podcast that has not debuted yet called The Wendy Experience. So people are like gearing up, like, ooh, who's going to be her first episode? What she's going to be talking about? So she's more than likely talking about her week of press, which you always have to do for any time you launch something new. You have to do a week of press. So I'm pretty excited. I'm actually really excited. We've been talking about Wendy Williams since 2022, summer of 2022, last year, when she left the Wendy Show in 2021. So people were waiting. Remember, Tasha K had covered it, and I asked Wendy Williams, I guess, like as an open letter, like, well, when is your first episode? What are you going to talk about? I mean, no shade to Tasha K. She seems like a nice lady, but Wendy Williams is a heavy hitter. You know what I mean? Wendy Williams has solidified interviews only Tasha K could only dream of. You understand what I mean? So they're not in the same, you know what I mean? They're not at the same, quite the same level yet for Tasha K to just be kind of like sneak dissing her, like, oh, who you're going to interview? Wendy Williams could literally open up her phone and just be like, hey, Madonna, come fly into my studio and sit down with me. And Madonna would do it. You understand what I mean? She would do it. So Wendy could literally call up a slew of people and tell them to show up to her studio, and they would show up. Because Wendy, I'm pretty sure Wendy already has a bunch of interviews already lined up for her podcast, her Wendy Show podcast. So that was never a concern. But it sounds like she's back on her stuff. She looks great. She looks great. And she's got a whole bunch of cash. So it means that she's got access to her money, which is also great. You said facts for facts. Yeah, for real. This from Amber says, I wonder if that means that she have to start paying her ex-husband if she works. Oh, it depends, I guess. I guess it depends. That's a great question. This is from Miss Benita. Says, I can't lie, I wasn't a Wendy fan, but after seeing her pull all this long game okey doke on her ex, his side piece, I stand. Oh yeah, he was trifling, and men are just trifling. I mean, no shade to all men, but you know what I mean. Like, if women say men are trifling, and then we have to follow it up with not all men, it means there's too many of y'all who are trifling. And so, but Wendy looks great. She does. She looks fantastic. And so this is very exciting because we finally get that Wendy Show podcast. But her husband, Kevin, and that new woman, did Kevin ever marry her? I don't think he married her because Kevin was he was applying for alimony. You can't be married and get alimony. You can only you can't get married and get alimony. So it's kind of messed up that the girlfriend would just sit around and just date a man who won't marry her so he can get alimony, which is crazy. And the fact that Kevin was with Wendy for all those years and he never solidified his position as like a manager to her or like a bigger salary. He was too busy buying Lambos and stuff that was eventually going to get repossessed by Wendy Williams, right? So he didn't do anything. He didn't put the money away to buy to like a condo. What was he doing? He was just tricking. But it's only tricking if you got it. He clearly ain't have it. And then he went ahead and knocked up another woman. For what? You're broke. Kevin Hunter is broke. So what was the point of that? It's not like he knocked up Wendy to secure the bag. You knocked up, I think she's a receptionist. What was the point of that? And now she's got a deadbeat, not Wendy, but the other girl, the side piece. Now you just got a deadbeat baby daddy who ain't got no income. Girl, you back at square one. And how were you with a married man who was with a multimillionaire? Because Wendy was really smart about her money because she has two parents who care about her. So they're also smart about their money. But how are you sleeping with a married man and you're not pulling money to the side? Didn't you remember the show The Game? Didn't The Game teach you nothing? Or nothing? Ain't teach you nothing. She didn't put no money away. You was too busy trying to get him to lease you a Lambo instead of buying you a Lambo that you could have sold. You see what I mean? You were letting Kevin give you leased cars in Wendy's name instead of buying you the cars cash or buying you diamonds that you could cash or just giving you cash. Marley Ray says she was too comfortable. She got you getting too comfortable with somebody else's man, honey. And now you ain't Kevin broke with a baby. Just stupid for no reason. Greatness, absolutely. This from Peanutters said that dummy should have made him pay for school. Like, you can't even get child support out of him because he's broke. Drink my rest of my iced coffee. It's in a little sake cup. Just dumb. This from Melinda. What's up, Melinda? Says, didn't Kevin and the what does that mean? Didn't Kevin and the I think your sentence might have cut off. What's up, Roxy? How you doing today? This from D. Thanks for the super chat. Said, child, Wendy was playing chess while he was playing house. I told y'all Wendy was I told you guys we did the story over the summer. I reposted the story right here on our page. I reposted the story. It's a 6-part series on TikTok that we did. It's also here on Facebook called How You Doing. It's a 6-part series. And I had to do some heavy digging. I did some heavy digging. Okay? Heavy on the heavy, okay? And I was combing through all of Wendy Williams' social media. And at the end of that series, I was like, she didn't get fired from the Wendy Show. I said, that bitch quit. I was like, she quit. And the Wendy Show was using the court system to pull Wendy's medical records so they could figure out if she was really sick. Because they didn't believe her either. Because neither did I. Okay, we know Wendy's has Graves' disease. We understand that. But Wendy was not that sick. And then she said, oh, I have COVID. And then in the video that I found her, car out in New York City. hobnobbing after New Year's Eve. Ma'am, you're supposed to have COVID. Where's the COVID, Wendy? Where's the COVID? Because how you got COVID, but you hobnobbing all up and through New York City, Miss Ma'am. And then, not 2 days later, Miami. I said, oh, something ain't right. I said, Wendy tricking. She out here. I said, we all in the sub. She was letting that contract expire. So she ran the same playbook with Kevin. She ran the same exact playbook. While Wendy was playing chess, Kevin was playing house. Okay. Cracking cases. Hey, is what we do best. We're pretty good at analyzing over here. At least we do our best. Okay. This one, Virtuous Eatery. Hey, Virtuous said Wendy told other people's business to keep hers close to the chest. It's good at it. She was good at it. She was good at it. Because he broke. What's up, R. Virgil? He broke. Obviously, the side piece was only with him for money. You understand what I mean? Obviously, the side piece was only with him for money. So if the money dries up, she's going to split. You understand what I mean? So what's the point of staying? What's the point of the side piece staying? For what? She was with you because you were your proximity to a millionaire. He's the got no green lantern. He's got no green. Can't be the Green Lantern if you're not green. Can't be the Green Lantern if you're brown. He's the got no green lantern. It's that simple. It's that simple. She was a gold digger. Because she thought because it had gone on for 10 years that Wendy wouldn't be brave enough to leave him. You know what I mean? She thought that, okay, Wendy ain't gonna leave him. Wendy gonna just keep keeping this a secret. Till Wendy didn't. Till she didn't. You know what I mean? Till she didn't. So, yeah. Got no green. Got no green. Okay. This is from Wine V says the side piece the side piece thought she was SZA. My man is your man. Your man is my man. Child. This is from Jacqueline. What's up, Jacqueline from Facebook? Says Kevin didn't read the fine print on the agreement when he was getting paid. He thought the money was forever. He must have thought something. He can't lease her by. He better get with Lois Loans or something, because honey child, she might, but she don't like Charlemagne. Remember, Wendy and Charlemagne. Oh, you mean the baby mom? She might, but they don't really do like exclusive. You know what I mean? They don't do like exclusive stories. You know, but she's a gold digger, so she's definitely you won't see the gold digger on The Breakfast Club, but you'll definitely see her on Tasha K. Whoever gonna pay the biggest bucks for that interview, because people gonna pay handsomely for that interview. And she shouldn't even go to a small publication. She should go to People Magazine and take a cool $250,000 and tell her story and tell her side. Because she's after the money, so you might as well go and shop it around to a big, editor. You understand what I mean? You might as well shop it around to a big editor and just get a bang for your buck. It's just my opinion, just get a bang for your buck and just do it that way. This from D Wills. Hello, D. Says the electric company at the gate. Keeney Land. Hold on. Oh, I can't get it. I was gonna grab. Not the lantern. Not Kevin need a lantern, child. Ooh, child. Y'all something else. Not a lantern. Now this from Marley says, Wendy blindsided them both. She did. Good for her. Good for her. And thank you again, D, for the super chat. Thank you. This from Peanutter says, I guess Wendy was the brains behind the business partnership because Kevin playing tic-tac-toe. Honey, Kevin playing with a slingshot at this point, okay? He playing with a slingshot. Because what was he doing? Like, listen, if Wendy Williams' baby is Wendy Williams, the mistress to Wendy Williams and her husband, if she was smart, she would go and she would sell that story. if she was smart. And I think she is, because she seems like a money hungry type of person. So I feel like she's gonna sell her story to a big publication. You understand what I mean? Because why not? It's free cheddar. It's free cheddar. And she all about the money, clearly, right? Solar lights it is. I don't even know where he lives. I don't even think he can afford his mortgage. I think he's gonna be homeless. I hope his parents are alive, because he sound like he need room and board. This from D Willis says, I'm so amused watching. Very rarely does God always allow you to witness the tribute. Read what's that word, y'all? Read. Y'all know I can't read. Don't be using no. Y'all don't be coming in here with no big. Don't let that degree fool you. Okay. Don't this right here. Don't let this degree fool you. I can't read. What is that? What does that word say? Okay. So something so divine. Okay, I got you. Y'all better quit using big words in here. Y'all know we ignorant over here. Come on now. But I appreciate that. D. And I got what you mean. It is nice to see, right, the reverse in real time, right, where all the parties are still alive and you could see the reverse happen right back to the person who did the other person wrong. It's always nice. This from Amber says, I never did understand that. Why didn't he ever buy his house or have something in his name and now he's broke? That's a really good question. No clue. He could have at least convinced Wendy to have them buy like an apartment complex and to be like, hey, babe, this is passive income. I'm going to buy an apartment complex and we're going to rent it out. That way you at least have an apartment. You know, understand what I mean? Like a doy. He wasn't even thinking. The man was not thinking. This is the word. Retribution. That's a good word. Did not know how to read it, but that's a fine word. Too fine, if you will. It's a fine word, okay? I appreciate the word, okay? Now y'all telling me how to pronounce it. Y'all know I'm not. Y'all know I'm kind of dumb, okay? You see how slow I read, okay? Again, don't let the degree fool you, okay? It's mostly memorization, what my field is in, right? Political science. So it's mostly memorizing treaties and stuff and arms deals. So it's not a whole lot of like, it's hard to explain. It's at least hard for my brain to explain. This from Miss Benita says, who's she gonna sell it to? The Shaderoom? Shaderoom doesn't really do a whole lot of in-depth stories. It says Wendy knows how to drown a story. No reputable company would pay big bucks knowing that Wendy knows how to drown stories. But it's greasy. I'm telling you right now, as a media company, it's pretty greasy. You do pretty greasy stuff to get a story. And if, let's say, Wendy called people like, why would you publish this story? People would be like, we're not in charge of every journalist. If that journalist won that story, they ran the story. Okay. I'm just the editor. Okay. And it sounds like a decent story. You can't get mad at me. It's their story. So they know how to finesse it. They know how to finesse their way out of it. You see what I mean? They know how to finesse their way out of it. They'd be like, oh, it's a big publication. You want me to track every story? I can't do that. Okay. As from Marley Ray says, all their business failed too. Wendy took that Tabitha Brown prayer and went ahead and returned it, not to sender, but she doubled it and gave it to the next person. Happened to be her ex-husband and his baby mom. She said, double it and give it to the next person. Y'all remember that prayer? Y'all remember that Tabitha? Let me pull it up, because I think y'all forgot. I ain't gonna play the whole thing because it's too long, okay? But we'll play a little bit of it, okay? We'll play a little. I ain't gonna play the whole goddamn thing. It's too long.
All right. Very good, honey. I was up doing a little work here. That's why I got my pajamas on in my office. And then my phone started going off, like praising people. It's like, girl, you're Wendy Williams. First of all, Wendy Williams, honey, God bless you. God bless you. Okay. And so people sent me a little clip, and I said, oh my God, the pain this woman must be in. Wendy, the pain you must be in to feel this way, and I'm so sorry. But listen, let me tell you this. 23 years I've been with my husband. Yes. Broke for a very long time together. Struggled for a very long time together. Succeeded for the last couple of years together, right? My husband took a job in agreement with me. He took a job 15 years ago to help support my dream. And I know you may not know what that looks like in a genuine place, right? But this was an agreement that my husband and I had. And I told him 15 years ago, oh, babe, in 5 years, I'll be able to take you out of there so then you can pursue one of your dreams that you love. Right now, I was his dog in the fight, okay? And he believed in me. And we did it together for the last 15 years. I did every year with him at LAPD, and he did every year with me with rejection and no's in this entertainment industry, right? However, God has blessed me. He has allowed me to manifest. I've been praying on this for a very long time, and it to pass. That is the power of God. It's also the power of allowing God to be first in your marriage, okay? And that is how it remains successful. We keep him first. He is first in our marriage. Not money, not business, not success, but God. He's first, okay? So this is my prayer for you. I pray that love finds you, true love. I pray it finds you and it holds you tight. I pray that someone will love you enough to see you when you are not well, to see you when you need true support, to see you when you need compassion, to see you when you need kindness. I pray that somebody loves you enough to sacrifice their life for you. I pray that type of love finds you so that you can understand why. I don't want my husband to put his life on the line anymore wearing a bulletproof vest if he don't have to. And if that's not his desire, I love him enough that I want him to be safe and I want him to coach children the way he wants to. My husband has a nonprofit, right? And he wants to be able to build that even more so. And what I do know is a 9-to-5 or a steady job takes away time for creativity, takes away time that you want to pour into your real, true purpose. And if God blesses someone to be able to pull out of that 9-to-5 and pour everything into their purpose, their passion, ooh, my goodness, why would we dishonor God if he blesses us with the ability and the way to be able to do so? Ooh, honey, I'm excited about that. Oh, I pray that somebody finds you, love finds you, that excites you the way I am excited about my husband being able to grow his business, being able to pour into children, continue to coach these kids, do other things he's dreamt about. Oh, honey, I pray this type of excitement and love finds you and anybody else who seems to not understand this. I pray that type of love finds you. Sacrifice, compassion, like I really do. I really, really do. Okay? With that being said, I thank all of y'all for messaging me and telling me about it. And I want you, whoever is watching, who understands the type of love, let us all pray for people like Miss Wendy and others who have either...
Not her calling on the audience. You know what the Lord say when 2 or more come together. Not her telling y'all, I need 2 or more to come together to make this prayer work. Ciao. Wendy said double it and give it to the next person. She said double it and give it to the next person. She went ahead and doubled it and gave it to Kevin. Double it and give it to the next person. Okay. Ciao. If I ever get read like that, by Tabitha Brown. Go ahead and start planning the funeral. Go ahead and start planning it. Because it's all want to survive. Or triple it and give it to the next person. Okay? Triple it and give it to the next person. Ooh, child. A fine reading. A fine read. Let me get to the comments. I know the comments going. This from Tazia says he thought he had Wendy in control, like how he used to when they were married, and because of their son being the heir of Wendy. And you said that was another way to control Wendy. Yeah. YMV says Big Kev should have been saving from Wendy, just like the side piece should have been saving from him. Lisa said, child, I'm crying. Nosy fam is acting up tonight. Y'all acting up tonight, child. Y'all something else tonight. That's okay. We love it. But yeah, so I'm not gonna finish that prayer because I don't need that kind of hatred in my house. Okay. That person not for me, so I don't accept it, nor do I receive it. Shout out to Tabitha Brown. Do your thing. Mind our business. Okay. Do your thing and mind our business. Okay. So let's get to our last story of the evening before we run out of time. Okay. Ooh, Poe Kevin, but shout out to Wendy. Shout out to Wendy for doubling it and giving it to the next person, because I don't know if I'd be able to survive that. I don't know if I'd be able to survive that. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Kevin is a dummy. You should have been cheating on your wife to begin with. If you wanted to be with someone else, you should have been with someone else. You got greedy and basically you just lost it all. And that was dumb because Wendy really loved Kevin. And that's the crazy part too, that she would have did anything for him. But like, what is she supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like, what else was she supposed to do? Stay with a cheating dirtbag? But let's get to our final story. I'm trying to find it. I had the videos, but I can't remember where I put them. Hold on one second, y'all. I thought they were here. I was just watching them. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's get to it. Hold on. Turn my volume up. The story talks about, I know my phone's like right in y'all face. Thank God I'm not ashy. Phew. Quite moisturized. So the story is about the creator of the cartoon Dilbert. If you don't know what Dilbert is, you got to be like 12. Dilbert is a really famous, popular comic strip in literally every single newspaper, literally ever. It's like Marmaduke. So he apparently went on a racist tirade. We're gonna listen to it and then we're gonna discuss. He made this racist tirade. I saw it on Baller Alert today. That's why we're talking about it. I saw it on Baller Alert, and then I guess he made these comments and he literally canceled himself. No one had to cancel him. He said it himself. So they said swipe left and listen.
So if nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me, according to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away. Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fixing this. This can't be fixed. Right? This can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population. Because unfortunately, there's a high correlation between the density. And this is according to Don Lemon, by the way. So here I'm just quoting Don Lemon when he notes that so if nearly half of all blacks.
Wow. Who is he talking? Is this a Zoom call? Everything he said is clearly factually inaccurate. There's no study that would ever ask just a blatant question without adding some sort of anecdotals to it, right? So it'd be like, how comfortable are you with white people? They would no surveyor of any poll, at least any poll that I've ever read, would just ask a blatant question like that, right? Those questions typically are within nuance. So the poll, if I had to look it up, probably said, with the current climate and the rise of hate groups like the Proud Boys and, all these other, white nationalist groups, right? And then these shooting sprees that are targeting people of color. How comfortable are you with white people? That is probably how the question was posed. Whatever he got was obviously on some like third-party website that probably negated that first portion of that poll. You understand what I mean? So he's going based off of half information. Because there's no poll on the face of the planet that's like, how comfortable are you with white people? What? In what setting? Right? Because a black person be like, what are we talking about? Are you talking about at work? Are you talking about at Burger King if they're serving me food? Are you talking about like, the pastor who married me and my wife? Talk about my father-in-law if his wife is white. You know what I mean? Like, what is the context of this question? So come on, sir, be realistic. Then he went ahead and said, well, Don Lemon said, high density. He couldn't even say it because he didn't even know what he was talking about. You mean urban areas? Is that what you mean? Because most urban areas, right? We're talking about cities versus rural. Any high, intense, packed city is going to come with crime. The crime didn't come with the city. The crime came with the people. All major cities are densely packed. You can have a densely packed Hispanic neighborhood and see high rates of crime. Does it mean Hispanics are inherently violent? No. Crime happens with proximity to, do I think I can get away with this? And is my target close by? Living in a rural area doesn't diminish crime. It's just less people around. This guy is something. This guy is something else. This guy is something else. This from Jasmine says, I'm an introvert. I'm nervous around all people. Same. I really don't like people touching me, I had a guy once, some clerk at Kroger touched my shoulder once when I was asking him a question. He was like, I said, oh, don't touch me. And I know he meant it as like just to be kind, but he was just like, don't do that. Get off of me. I don't know you. But yeah, he continues. There's more, y'all. There's more. Let's go.
When he lived in a mostly black neighborhood, there were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods. So even Don Lemon sees a big difference in your own quality of living based on where you live and who's there. So I think.
Do you hear that? Based off of where you live and who is there. He even quotes the correct statistic and still is believing this nonsense garbage. But let's continue. I'm going to start it over because, it's the internet.
Mostly black neighborhood. There were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods. So even Don Lemon sees a big difference in your own quality of living based on where you live and who's there. So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense. It's no longer a rational impulse. And so I'm gonna back off from being helpful to black America because it doesn't seem like it pays off. Like I've been doing it all my life, and the only outcome is I get called a racist. That's the only outcome. It makes no sense to help black Americans if you're white. It's over. Don't even think it's worth it. When he lived in a.
Y'all, there's more, but it's very real. I don't know where he was doing this. I feel like he got set up for okie doke. I feel like this was a private Zoom, honey. This from JJ Nisa. What's up, JJ? Says, I'm shocked he got dropped by publishers for his comic strip. They usually allow anti-black racism to just slip on by. I guess because it was public. Girl, where you been? Girl, where you been? The story is crazy. The story is crazy. This is from the Stupidity Observer. What's up, Tree? Says, seeing it right now with the Murdoch case. Was the Murdoch, was he racist? I could see that. They were pretty powerful in that little tiny county. It's very much giving Devil in Ohio. Watch that. Tree is good. This from Tamira says, did you see the black man interviewed him? you I gotta check my thyroid because I think my thyroid is popped out when I said that. You lying. I know you lying, Tamira. Don't lie to us. This kid. The first thing that came into my head was that sound, that trending sound. Ariana, what are you doing here? That's what I would be like. Black man, what are you doing here? Not you interviewing this nonsense. Erica said, what black man hurt him? Child, I want to know too. Sometimes it doesn't require being hurt, you know? Sometimes they're just racist. You know, it's just inherent. Racist, the reason why it's inherent is because you inherit racism. Racism is not born, you're not born racist. It's a learned experience. You have to be taught it. You understand what I mean? You have to be taught racism. You have to be taught it. So somebody taught it to him and he just never learned. He just got richer and more racist. This from Leah says, he basically admitted he's racist first. Why are you helping people with and expecting some type of reward? Yeah. Fake allies. So I don't believe in allies. I've never believed in allies. So, and I feel like as a person of color, I get the right to pick and choose what allies I believe in. I learned a lot about allies during the Black Lives Matter protests when I was in Chicago. And I attended a lot of them. A lot. I have tons and tons and tons of videos of all the protests that I was attending in Chicago during the Black Lives Matter. I mean, I could have got arrested, you know, or shot. But I'll tell you right now, like, you see your allies real fast. So I don't believe in allies. I don't. I feel like if you just support people of color and you defend us, you don't got to tell me, just defend us. You know what I mean? Just the same way when somebody's talking bad about you and I know you personally, I'm gonna defend you. I don't got to tell you I defended you. I'm not gonna bring that mess to you, but just know I'm in the background defending you. So it goes the same way. So I don't believe in white saviors or white allies. If you ride with me, you ride with me. You know, and if you don't, I'm gonna find out. So just keep your allyship to yourself. I am a big proponent of I live ignorantly in bliss. Okay, don't bring stuff to me. Definitely don't send me stuff. If you're a white person, do not send me police shootings and stuff. I absolutely will block you immediately. Okay, there's enough trauma out there. You shouldn't be watching that kind of trauma. You should be advocating against it, but you shouldn't just be watching that trauma. You definitely shouldn't be sending it to Black people. That's traumatic enough. You know what I mean? That's traumatic enough. So yeah, it's all crazy. So let's get the last portion of it, okay?
So if totally not trying, and there we go. You didn't expect that today, did you? But those who don't want to focus on education, you just need to get away from them. Just get as much distance as you can. That's my totally not trying.
Wow. Crazy. The publications that dropped him, the main ones that dropped him was the Plain Dealer in Cleveland's huge. The Washington Post, USA Today, New York Times. That's bread. It was a Rasmussen poll. I knew it. I'm like, who produced a dump? I knew it. Something in my spirit, okay? Something in my spirit said this was either an article on like the Daily Stormer, that white nationalist website, or Tucker Carlson or some other garbage, but I should have known it was a Rasmussen poll. So if you don't know who Rasmussen is, let me share my screen with you here. Rasmussen is a it's a think tank, and they also think as well, but Rasmussen is a conservative, they are conservative polling. So even though they have access to like do good polls, they're not as thorough. Like I wouldn't count my blessings on Rasmussen like I would with Gallup, or I would with the New York Times or Associated Press or a Marist poll or a Harvard Marist poll. Like those are like the real big, the big wigs. So those are the ones I'm always holding the candle to. Rasmussen is like, when you look at all polling done, Rasmussen is always at the very bottom because they're just not as accurate. And also too, yeah, they got a standard deviation of 3%, right? So when you see that, what's a plus or minus 3%? It means you add 3 and you subtract 3, which is slightly, it's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Adding 3, subtracting 3 is pretty good when it comes to polling. It means you're within the margin of error, 3%. But look at the questions. It says, do you agree or disagree with the statement, it's okay to be white? Do you agree or disagree with the statement, Black people can be racist too? So one, I'm going to tell you exactly. So now we got to put our political science hat on so I can tell you what's wrong with this poll. First of all, the poll's not comprehensive. We don't know what the margin size looks like. We don't know what the sample, does it tell us who was sampled? It doesn't tell us who was sampled. Nope, nothing. So we have no concept. Okay, here it is. I'm sorry. National survey of 1,000 American adults conducted. It took you 2 days to poll 1,000 people. So their polling size is 1,000 people, right? But we don't know anything about the people. So that's where the problem lies. We don't know if these people live in the inner city. We don't know if they're rural area, right? Rural or city area, urban area, right? We don't know the age demographics. We don't know how many of them are comprised of Black people or white people or people who identify as biracial or POC, Asian American, Native American, Indigenous. We don't know nothing. It's just 1,000 Americans. So we don't even know who this 1,000 Americans is. We don't know what their age bracket is. We also don't know what their socioeconomic financial levels are. So we don't even know what they make. So education is key too. So are these blue collar workers? Are they white collar? We don't know. Rasmussen didn't tell us. So there's a lot of inconsistencies with this poll. So if anyone is quoting this poll, please stop. And please don't, because there's nothing accurate about the poll. There's no information about the poll. I have no idea. I couldn't even fact check a poll. What your poll should be looking like is something like this. And I'll pull it up here, right? So this is what a poll, your polling should look like. Something like this. This is a comprehensive poll by Gallup. It says that the U.S. LGBTQ identification steady at 7.2%, right? It's published a couple of days ago. And not only are they going to give you the article, but they're also going to give you all the graphing for it. And then they're also going to tell you all of the different demographics in which they polled. They polled individuals who may or may not identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, pansexual, asexual, queer, or other LGBTQ identifiers. This is a poll. They're giving you the raw data and they're like, hey, you don't like our numbers? Do it yourself. But the numbers are the same. 7.2% of Americans identify as part of the LGBTQAI community. That's what's important. Stuff like this. There is anecdotal information. And then they cite the source of where this data came from. This is some of the categories may exceed the total because respondents can choose multiple identities. Birth years for each generation, including 1997 to 2004, for Gen Z, millennials, Gen Xers, baby boomers, and the silent generation. So they're telling you their entire demographic of who they polled. They polled every single existing, right, generation. So now we have more identifiers. So not only do we have which categories that these individuals come from, we also know what age bracket that they are going to be coming from. And it's also giving you that footnote that, hey, people can also identify as 2 or more identities, but they're only going to be classified as 1. Okay. This is a poll. So him reading off that garbage from Rasmussen, I should have knew it was some garbage. I should have knew it. My spidey sense was telling me something ain't clean in the milk. Okay. Something ain't clean in the milk. So if you ever see a Rasmussen poll, just do this. Okay. Just push to the side. It's useless. It's a useless poll. It's a useless poll. Their standard deviation at 0.3% or 3% is great. Except I don't know anything about the candidates who partake in this poll. How do I know that those 1,000 Americans were just white people? Just crazy. The question is, why did they ask him? Why did they ask who? This from Virtuous Eatery says, polls go by how many people took the poll. They do. You're right. They do. It's crazy. YMV says, he's been saying racist remarks. He just got caught during a cancel culture error. He better be happy he was able to collect his coins this far. He's so rich. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's been around for like 30 years. So him being canceled now doesn't mean a hill of beans to him, you know? You know? It's crazy. It's crazy. Mark said I'm late. That's okay. But all I will say is that this is from Anna. Is it Anshatia? Says, hey, nosy peeps, 1,000 people. Also, what is the point of the poll? I don't know. There was no point to it. It was like, Rasmussen is just a think tank where Republicans throw money into it. So they just come up with all these cockamamie polls. You know? The only time Rasmussen is decent is when it's election season. You know? But because they have a standard deviation of 3%. But other than that, just a waste of time. You know what I mean? It's just a waste of time. That's literally what it is. It's just a waste of time. So that was just a mess. This from Amber says, how was he able to hide his racism through all the years? That's a good question, and we don't know. That's a good question that we can't answer, and nor do I intend on trying to answer it because the guy seems like a POS. He does seems like a POS. That's all I got for you guys. I'm dry as a bone. So we'll be back tomorrow, you guys, for the Nosy Bystanders Live. I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. And thank you again for joining us here at the Nosy Bystanders Live. We will see you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube and Facebook. Okay? I'll see you guys later. All right? Bye-bye.